All right, capital projects and community services, number 1, Councilwoman Hamlet.
Thank you, Council President. This is Resolution ID 11728. This is an important step in our Round 4 obligation, and this resolution commits to the 4th round present and prospective need affordable housing obligations. The City of Summit has demonstrated a history of voluntary compliance as evidenced by the 3rd round. For reasons set forth in this resolution, the Mayor and Common Council hereby commit to the DCA 4th round present need rehabilitation obligation of 59 and the DCA 4th round prospective need new construction obligation of 345 as described in this resolution, subject to all reservations of rights which specifically include without limitation the following. There's 3 items here, which are the right to adjust the city's fair share obligations based on a windshield survey or similar survey, a vacant land adjustment, a durational adjustment, and all other applicable adjustments permitted in accordance with applicable COA regulations or other applicable law, and the right to revoke or amend this resolution in the event of a successful legal challenge or legislative change to the amended FHA, and the right to contrary position or adjust its fair share obligations in the event of a third-party challenge to the city's fair share obligations. I would like to move this resolution for adoption.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, at this time, I'll take comments from the public.
Sorry.
Come on up.
No comment, question. I'm Andrew Walker. Oh, get the mic. I'm Andrew Walker from 242 Kent Place Boulevard. Can we just get a watered-down explanation of what you just said, Commissioner? Or Councilperson, thanks.
Yeah, we have our planner here, Joe Burgess. I think what we'll do is, if there are other questions from the public, he'll consolidate them and we'll answer all of them after the end of public comment sector.
Thank you.
So
Thanks.
you're welcome. Any other comments from the public or questions? All right, Mr. Burgess, you want to tackle that?
I appreciate Mr. Walker's ask of a watered-down explanation. I'll try to be brief. Every 10 years, the state of New Jersey publishes new housing need numbers for municipalities throughout the state. In this 4th round, which covers 2025 to 2035, the state has given Summit a number of 345 prospective need units. You have a choice at this moment to either accept that number, and the determination is really a function of whether or not the DCA has used the appropriate methodology as spelled out in the legislation. Our review of the information is that they have, in fact, used the proper methodology, which results in a number of 345. We are obligated to file that determination with the state by the end of this month. And then, after that, we begin the preparation of the housing element and fair share plan, where we will undoubtedly, consistent with all of our prior rounds, seek a vacant land adjustment, which will substantially lower that number. But this is just the first step in a long process, which presumably consistent with the legislation will end with the adoption of our housing plan by the end of June of this year.
Great. While you're here, Mr. Burgess, I guess if there's no other, I think we're closed public comments. Are there other comments or questions from council on this resolution? Comments or questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Burgess.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just end it, and just as Mr. Burgess mentioned, this is a one step in a multi-step process to get to June 30th. And we have a bunch of obligations, including engaging with the planning board to come up with a plan, et cetera. I don't know if you want to just speak to that going forward.
Very briefly, what happens after January 31st, any objectors to the selection of a number have the month of February to file an objection. We are not objecting to the number that has been promulgated for us, so consequently, we should not be receiving any objection. all the objections for statewide. The Affordable Housing Dispute Resolution Program will be reviewing and coming to a conclusion about those objections in the month of March. And then following that, we proceed with the preparation of our housing plan, and we are in fact obligated to adopt that housing plan by the end of June, or if we don't meet that deadline, we may lose all immunity from affordable housing litigation. So it's important that we meet that deadline.
Great, thank you. All right, and no other comments? Here's any? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.